visit Hood Island. You know, it's amazing. It's the only place in the world where the albatross nest. Regardless of where they are, they always fly back here to breed. In certain respects, they remind me of you.
Doesn't the comparison strike you as rather silly? As silly as my comparing you with an old bull, sea lion in his harem.
That would be illogical. If an old bull sea lion had one female with your temperament, he wouldn't need any more.
And is my being that way good or bad?
Don't ever change. Well?
It's fascinating. I never really believed a scientific expedition to the Galapagos would be very interesting.
If you think about it, we're the real strangers out here. Those are sea lizards.
Oh, look how they study us, as if we were the ones on exhibition.
It's because they don't know what kind of animal man can really be.
Yes, if they knew, they would run for their lives. We're diving off Cormorant Point in an old volcanic crater called the Devil's Crown. You never know what might show up, so please stay close to me.
What happened? You acted paralyzed when that big shark came over to see us.
No, I wasn't afraid. I was fascinated. I got the impression the shark was saying, "Look, am I not the most powerful and beautiful of all?"
I know what you mean. It's hard to believe it's the oldest fish known to science. And though it hasn't changed through the ages, it's so streamlined it looks as though it were designed yesterday. It seems nature's given it all of the advantages, except two. It's such a coward, and with no known pattern of reactions, you never know what'll happen when you meet one.
The one we saw seemed completely inoffensive.
It could be dangerous to trust them too far. Sometimes they attack even when they aren't hungry. A wounded fish, a diver who might be in trouble. An empty can thrown over the side of a boat, it's all the same to them.
Well, I don't think you should blame the shark if he finds a victim in his path. I bet he attacks because some insatiable desire drives him to it.
I get a big laugh out of the way you defend such a low creature.
Why? I know one even lower.
Which?
Man.
I agree with you. So don't get mad at me tonight when I take a bite out of you.
And why not now? Here. Why wait for tonight?
Because everybody on board is watching us. What would the sailors think?
You see, you're a coward, too. Let's go. These tortoises make me feel sad.
Sad? Why?
I don't know. I guess it's because they're so slow.
Slow, yes. But they live a long time.
Yes, and what good does it do them? They just suffer longer than we do.
There are times when I don't understand you.
Most of the time.
When we started on this trip, you were jumping with joy. But now, as each day passes, you become more strange. What's wrong?
I don't know, Hugo. I think it might be those tortoises we see every day. Crawling around and never finding anything new to do must be very boring.
I wish you'd stop trying to compare animals with humans. After all, they don't think.
But they feel. How do they get their pain and pleasure?
Those two words don't have the same meaning when you apply them to animals. With humans, it's mental. With them, it's natural. The veiled tortoise will fight to get a female, and he will die from the act of mating. Not because he's looking for pain or pleasure. It's just the natural instinct of propagating.
Sometimes I think I might like to die that way.
You know, you're terrible. What are you doing?
Just taking a sun bath.
Let's go. Remember, we're flying out of here in 2 hours. It's time for you to start packing.
2 hours is more than enough time. I have a feeling that it's the last time I'll see the Galapagos.
I don't. We're going to come back. I'm going to build a large hotel on these islands.
Yes, but if we have to come more often, it will no longer be any fun.
You know there's no way of making you happy. If we can't stay in the Galapagos, it bothers you. If we have to come back to the Galapagos, it bothers you. What is it with you, Vanessa?
I don't know. Maybe it's just that I don't like anything that has a routine to it. Having to do the same thing day in and day out would kill me.
How long will it take before you get tired of me, Vanessa?
As long as it takes for you to get tired first. I like to see people, but right now the only thing I'm interested in is being alone with you.
That's just what I was thinking. Let's go to the beach house. There we can be alone. And besides, I've got a surprise for you.
What is it?
You'll see. Let's leave. Right now.
You know, there are times when I am very unhappy. But now that we're at the beach house again, I feel good.
Mr. Hugo, Tony just got here.
Thank you, Mara. Tell him he'll be right over. The surprise I was telling you about just arrived. You want to see it?
Of course I do. Where is it?
No, take it away! Take it away! I don't want to see it!
What is it?
Take it away! I don't want to look at it! I don't want to
Take
see
it away, Tony.
No!
It's all right, dear. It's all right now. He's gone. It's all right, dear. He's gone. He's gone. Here. Drink this. It will make you feel better.
I've never been able to stand the sight of horses. I hate them. Even the thought of them makes me sick to my stomach.
Don't worry about the horse. I sent him back to his original owners.
I'm sorry about all this.
I didn't know.
It's my fault for not having told you about it before.
Are you feeling better now? I'm going to send for a doctor.
No, that won't be necessary. I'm feeling fine now. Ever since I was a little girl, I've had this thing about horses.
Well, all right. Let's pretend it never happened. Okay?
I want you now. Please. Still so early. Stay with me.
You're insatiable, aren't you?
It's not my fault.
Why don't you come with me? You always bring me luck. Tony?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll be right down. Coming?
No, I'd rather go down to the beach and take a sunbath.
All right. As you wish. I'll be back before noon.
Mara,
Yes, Mum?
bring me the telephone.
Yes, Mum. Anything else, Mum?
No. Get out.
Hello? Yes, that's right.
Who's speaking?
Romina. No, you don't know me. Just a moment. Someone called Vanessa wants to talk to you. She'll be out in a second.
Yes. I know you were sure I would call you. No. He's not here. He went fishing. I want you to come out here and spend a few days with me. Why? Don't you understand? I need you here as soon as possible. I must see you. No. Don't worry about that. I'll arrange everything. I'll tell him you're my cousin,
What did you say her name is?
Brenda.
How is it you never invited her here before?
I haven't seen her in ages. She heard that I got married, so she called to give her best wishes. I thought it would be nice to have someone who would keep me company when you're on your fishing trips. So I asked her to come and spend a few days with us. But if it will put you out, I can always call her and think of a reason for her not coming.
No. No, if you want her to come, it's all right with me.
I told you before, no.
Tomorrow I want to go diving on the coral reef. Will you come with me?
Uh-huh.
Now, who can that be?
It must be my cousin, Brenda.
Hello, Vanessa. How are you?
So good to see you, Brenda. Oh, Hugo, dear. This is Brenda, my cousin, the one I told you so much about.
Congratulations, Vanessa. Your husband's very handsome.
I'm happy to know you, Brenda. Make yourself at home, for as long as you like.
Thank you.
You don't know how happy it makes me to have her here.
Good evening. May I come in? This is my cousin Romina. I asked her to join us. I hope you don't mind.
It's wonderful having you here.
Thank you. So you're Vanessa.
It's a pleasure, Romina.
What is this? Cousins and you've never met?
Well, it's very simple, Hugo. Vanessa and I are cousins, whereas Romina and I are only friends who call ourselves cousins. I'm glad I decided to come.
Excuse me. I'll have your things taken out of the car.
We had no idea you were coming with your cousin. As there is only one guest room, I'll have the maid fix up something.
Please don't worry about us. I'm sure Brenda doesn't mind if we share the same room. Of course not, Romina.
Put all those things up in the guest room.
Yes, sir.
Well, if everything's been settled, I think we should all have a drink.
I think that's a very good idea.
I found this coral reef quite by accident. It's a real underwater paradise.
What do you think of it, Vanessa?
It's very interesting.
Romina's an excellent scuba diver. She'd love to see it. I'm sure I'd find it as beautiful as you say.
Then we can all leave tomorrow morning, early.
How about it, Vanessa? We could all go. And while those two are diving, you and I can sunbathe and talk over many things.
Why, I think that's a wonderful idea. Aren't you coming in?
What's wrong?
If you prefer her, why did you come?
Because I lost you when you got married. But now I want you again.
You stupid bitch. You know why I got married. I told you we would only be separated for a few months. But now I see you're all involved with that Romina.
You're the bitch, darling. Remember, I let you marry him for his money. Why do you think I brought Romina here? To keep him occupied so that we could be together. That's why. So now there's no chance of you losing your rich and adored husband.
Tomorrow we'll dive at the other end of the reef. There's a deep edge there, and we can get some black coral.
Spending the whole day on the boat was enough for me. I'd rather stay on the beach tomorrow.
That's the best suggestion I've heard tonight. The boat rocks too much, and the sand is softer than the deck.
What about you, Romina? You want to stay with them?
Oh, no, I was fascinated with your reef. I wouldn't let anything in the world keep me from going with you tomorrow.
What's wrong? What are you thinking about?
Nothing. I just can't sleep.
No, there's something on your mind. I know you too well.
Can I ask a big favor of you?
Of course, darling. What is it?
Come diving with us tomorrow.
I'd rather stay here.
I want you to come.
All right, darling. If it will make you happy, I'll go diving with you.
Your breakfast, miss.
Thank you.
Anything else, miss?
Do you like it?
Yes, miss, it's pretty.
Would you like to have it?
Of course I would, miss.
Take it from me, and it's yours. What a fool. Better luck next time. Take it from me. Go on. Don't be afraid. Take it.
Tomorrow early, take the boat over to the port. Oh, yes. Take all the drums from the boathouse and have them filled with gas.
Yes, sir.
Here, this ought to be enough to pay for everything.
Yes, sir. That's more than enough.
Have you filled the scuba tanks?
Yes, Mr. Hugo. They're all ready to go.
All right, put everything in the small speedboat. We'll be leaving early in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you use the big boat?
Tony has to go over to the port to fill up the tanks with gas. Is there something you need?
No, I'm driving into town the day after tomorrow to do some shopping.
That'll be all then, Tony. You may leave.
Yes, Mr. Hugo. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Tony. Is Romina going diving with you tomorrow?
Yes, she is. I promised to show her the caves under the lower end of the coral reef.
I can't understand how you don't get tired of being underwater all day long.
Vanessa, you know very well it's the one sport I really like.
Well, now that you've found a new diving partner, you should be very happy. She makes an ideal companion.
Just what do you mean?
I mean Romina.
What about Romina?
I was telling Hugo that in Romina he's found an ideal companion.
That's right. Romina's an excellent diver. And besides, it's dangerous to dive alone.
And on land, it's just the opposite. It's dangerous to be with someone.
I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to say.
I'm really not trying to say anything. It was all a joke.
And Romina?
She has to be excused. She's very tired and wants to get a good night's sleep. So she'll be fresh for the diving tomorrow morning. I imagine Vanessa will be going too.
No, I don't think so. You two make a good pair. You'd rather lie out there on the beach than look at fish.
I guess I'll spend the day with you tomorrow, Brenda.
Wonderful. We can sun ourselves.
Marta.
What you want?
I'm leaving early for the port. You want anything from town?
Will you mail a letter for me?
Sure. What's this?
Leave it alone.
Sure is pretty. Must be worth a lot.
Give it to me.
Whose is it?
Mine. Now give it here.
Now, don't you lie to me. Whose is it?
I told you it was mine.
You're lying. This belonged to Miss Brenda. I seen her with it.
She give it to me as a present.
If you believe I'm going to believe that, you're crazy. When that Miss Brenda find that ring missing, she gonna blame us. Now I'm gonna put that back where it belongs.
She give it to me.
I still don't believe you. What could you give her to make her give you that ring?
My body, that's what. She wanted it even more than you do. call me, Mum?
Yes, Mara. Tell Miss Brenda that I'll wait for her down on the beach.
Yes, Mum.
Well, Mara, don't you like my blouse? Do you want to feel it?
Vanessa!
I'll be right there, Brenda. I just can't stand her, Brenda. I want her to leave.
It seems to me that you've become very fond of your husband.
No, it's not that.
Of course it is. You're jealous. The fact that she sleeps with me every night doesn't seem to bother you at all. What makes you so mad is, at this very moment, they're together.
Please try and understand, Brenda. I don't know what's wrong with me anymore. I only know I just can't stand this situation.
Look. Don't worry about me. Let's forget about them for a little while. And think about us, huh?
It's my sister-in-law.
Hello, Vanessa.
Hello, Paulette.
How have you been?
Oh, this is Brenda, my cousin.
Hello, Paulette. How are you?
Hello.
And to what do we owe the pleasure of this visit?
I just decided that it would be nice to come down for the weekend. I want you to meet Alex, my boyfriend.
It's a pleasure, Alex.
It's a pleasure.
This is Brenda.
How do you do?
And Hugo?
He's been out diving since early this morning. He should be back any moment now. I'm sure he'll be happy to see you.
Does it hurt?
No, not very much.
It's only a slight scratch on it. I don't think it's anything to worry about.
I met Alex in Capri. We dated there for almost 2 months. Later, he came to live here, and we continued going together. We fell in love, and now we are engaged.
Ah, yes, Rome. The city of eternal love. Vanessa and I first met in Italy. We had a wonderful time. Do you remember, Vanessa?
How could I ever forget? I'd love to live it again.
I want Alex and Hugo to know each other. We don't want to put you out. we'll be going back to town tonight. I just wanted you to meet Alex.
But I don't understand, Paulette. Vanessa just told me that the two of you were going to spend the weekend with us.
That is what we had planned to do. And then I was going to share one room with Vanessa, and Alex was going to share the other with you. We didn't know you had guests, and we don't want to put you out.
Vanessa, try to convince them.
Please, dear, I told you, we don't want to complicate your arrangements.
But you're not going to. We'll work something out. Brenda and Romina can still have the guest room.
Then there's absolutely nothing more to say. I'll tell Mara to make up the sofa and the terrace lounge as soon as we finish dinner. When we finish dinner, make up the sofa and the terrace lounge.
Yes, Mum.
Do you know where the terrace lounge is stored?
Yes, Mum. Tony keeps it in the storeroom. I'll tell him to bring it up.
No, you stay here. I'll go tell him. You and I are going to have to talk about a lot of things. Terrace lounge is kept.
Yes.
Oh. You'll have to say it's broken. Do you understand?
Yes.
Oh.
How's that cut of yours?
It's all right. It's only a scratch.
That's what you get for following him around in those underwater caves and corals. You won't be satisfied until you're eaten by a shark.
Are you diving tomorrow?
Yes, I'm leaving very early. Would you like to come?
I wanted to show Alex the small beach where I'd like to build my house. Tell me where you plan to dive, and we'll go out later on in the speedboat.
I want Romina to know the best places for diving. So we'll be off the north point of the shoals.
I'm afraid you'll have to sleep on the boat. The terrace lounge is broken.
That won't be necessary. I'll sleep on the boat.
Don't be silly, Alex. Hugo loves to sleep on the boat.
That's right, Alex. I wouldn't trade my cabin for the best suite in the world.
You can all brag about your boats later on. Let's go into dinner.
Good idea. I'm hungry.
We've done nothing all day except lie around in the sun. And right now I'm so tired. You would think I'd been climbing mountains.
In the beginning, the heat gets you down. But once you get used to it, it's wonderful. In this climate, I want to make love all the time.
I feel the same way. I am always filled with erotic thoughts. I sometimes think the ideal place to spend a honeymoon would be on a desert.
I hope Alex is not cold, because from what you just said, you're enough for 2 men.
Alex? He's worse than I am. I've got a full-time job just trying to keep him at arm's length. And right now, he's furious. because we must maintain some show of decorum in front of you people. Once he gets going, he never gets enough. He's sexually insatiable.
Well, dear, take good care of him then. You don't find men like that every day.
You and Vanessa are two of a kind. You like to burn your candle from both ends. He doesn't give her enough, so she comes to you. If she's not satisfied, why doesn't she leave him?
There are too many issues at stake, Romina. You seem to forget Hugo's position.
Hugo's money? That's a pretext the two of you use to keep things the way they are. You and Vanessa like to suffer. You were never really happy when you were living together. So you just go on complicating your lives. And what's more, you're jealous of each other.
I thought you didn't understand us. But you do, to a T. The thing we had when we lived together was too monotonous. We were looking for something that would keep us together. And Hugo filled the bill, and very well. This way we find new enjoyment in something that had become tiresome to us. And as you know, there's always more pleasure in something that's forbidden.
Just a moment, Brenda. Our agreement was that I was supposed to keep him happy, not you. There are times when I can't stand to be touched by you.
There are times, Romina, when I think you're very smart. And others, when I think you're stupid.
Couldn't you sleep?
No, and it looks as though you couldn't either.
There's something I should tell you, Hugo.
Not now. Later.
Vanessa? Vanessa? Vanessa! Alex! 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 Vanessa! Alex! Alex! Vanessa!
Were you calling, Paulette?
What are you doing out here?
I got up when I heard some noise. Then when I found Alex wasn't in bed, I came looking for him. I still hadn't found him when I heard your voice calling us.
Hello, what's going on?
That's exactly what I was going to ask you.
Well, I was warm and I couldn't sleep, so I decided to take a walk and cool off.
Paulette and I have been looking for you. We thought something might have happened. But as long as you're all right, I think we should all go back to bed.
I should leave before anybody finds out I've been here with you.
There's no reason for us to carry this farce any further. So you might as well stay. I know everything that's going on. The relationship between Vanessa and Brenda. And a lot more. Until now, I've only watched just to see how far my loving wife would go. Now it's my turn.
It's really very hot tonight. I'm going to take a shower.
What's wrong? You seem so strange today.
You are a free agent. You can do whatever you please. Whatever there was between us was ended last night. What really hurts me is that my brother is married to that Vanessa.
I don't understand a word of what you're talking about.
You don't? When I couldn't find either one of you last night, I thought there might be something. When I didn't find you together, I relaxed, but later I found sign on both of you. So I knew that you had been rolling around on the beach like a pair of animals.
Paulette, you've never been so wrong in your whole life.
Oh, Alex, there's no need to lie. But please, when we are around the others, pretend that nothing has happened. I was going to leave last night, but I thought Hugo might have suspected something, so I decided to stay.
Well, it looks as though the only important thing, as far as you were concerned, is that brother of yours.
That's right. I'm so ashamed I can't look him in the face right now. Do you have any idea how I feel? Coming here for the weekend to introduce my fiancé to my brother and sister-in-law. And the first thing that happens is that my fiancé goes to bed with my brother's pig of a wife.
I can assure you, Paulette, things are not the way you think they are.
I only hope you're a man enough to have gone to bed with a woman and not tell all your friends about it later on.
Romina, I want you to do me a favor. I'll find you as soon as everything's been, taken care of.
What are you going to do?
I'm tired of being just a spectator. I'm going to join the fun.
Whore that you are, nothing but a whore! The whole household knows that you were with that bastard Alex last night. And remember, you're a degenerate. You're perverted. You're a sadistic creature. You're a masochist.
More. Hit me more.
But I'm even with you. Remember that ring you gave me? Mara has it. You stupid fool, you can't leave. That was our arrangement.
I don't care. I'm leaving, and that's final. I can't stand any more of this. Hugo knows everything. So if you're smart, you'll leave too, and now.
Just how innocent can you really be? I'm sure that Hugo and Vanessa have had an agreement since the very beginning. So you might as well stay. And if you do, I'll pay you twice as much as in the beginning.
I want nothing from you. Can you understand that? Nothing!
Tony,
Yes, Mr. Hugo.
I want you to take the boat over to the port tonight. And stay with it while it's being scraped and caulked.
But, Mr. Hugo, it was scraped and caulked about 15 days ago. It should last for a few more months yet.
Do as I say. I'm going to trade it in on another one, and I want it in top condition.
Yes, Mr. Hugo. I'll leave now.
And tell the people at the boatyard to send the bill to my office.
Yes, sir. Anything else?
No, that's all.
Would you like a martini?
Yes, I would.
I'd like one, too.
Brenda, I've never seen you look as beautiful as you do tonight. Don't you agree, Vanessa?
Well, thank you.
Brenda, I want you to come with me tomorrow. Vanessa and Mara have to go into town to do the shopping. And I have a surprise for you. For the both of you.
I don't have to go into town, Hugo. Tony can take Mara to do the shopping.
Tony has to take the boat over to the port tonight. It needs some work.
Well, Mara can go with Tony. That way I can stay here.
All right. If that's the way you want it.
What's this surprise you're talking about?
You're right. There's no need to wait.
Hugo knows everything.
It was that Romina who told him.
If we keep our heads, he can't prove a thing.
I realize how uncomfortable this situation must have been for the two of you. And I've thought of several solutions. The first is that Brenda stays here. As you know, I've been planning on building a small colony on the point. And Brenda can be employed by my company as a resident supervisor. That way, her living here at the house would be justified, as far as our friends are concerned.
What are you trying to say, Hugo?
I'm just offering one solution to a problem. With this plan, we could all live together.
You'll have to forgive me, Hugo. I don't understand. This whole conversation seems absurd.
You understand me well enough, Brenda. I've known of the relationship between the two of you from the very beginning. I even know why you brought Romina out here with you. With Romina to keep me occupied, the both of you could carry on as you used to. However, Romina opened my eyes. And I finally realized that you're not very important to me, Vanessa. The second solution I had thought of was to catch the both of you and let this harpoon pin you together forever. Like a pair of butterflies. I have no wish, however, to go quite so far. It would be too complicated. Although I must admit, I've thought of it quite a lot.
Well, if that's the end you've thought up for us, Hugo, I don't think it'll ease your troubled heart. We'd still be together.
How wrong you really can be, Brenda. I don't wish to harm you. Or even separate you, for that matter. You see, I feel sorry for you. You're a degenerate. And Vanessa? Well, she's a hopeless nymphomaniac. So you see, I'm going to accept the exchange. Ramina's coming here to live with me. And you, Brenda, you can take Vanessa. But not here. Vanessa, you are going to leave this house. Now, with her. But you will leave as you came. With nothing. Naked. Just the way I found you. Now get out of my house, the both of you. Get out. I got tired first.
Come on, get in. Well, here's to our first anniversary.
Brenda, darling. What a surprise.
Well, and to what do we owe the pleasure of this visit?
Well, ever since you two came to live in Paris, I've wanted to visit you. Oh, please forgive me. This is my, cousin,